Alright, boys and girls, today we are going to be learning about variables. Now, what is a variable? A variable is a number or text or other things that can change. They can vary. Just like in math, a variable in an algebraic equation would be the x or the y. So when would we want to use variables? Well, as you probably can imagine, math is a huge part of programming. So let's go ahead and get into our level blueprints this time. Not an object blueprint, but just your level blueprints. And you probably already have some code somewhere. That's okay. We're gonna leave that alone for now. But if you have some code, like I don't know, display, you got your whatever. There it is. You can just go to the right of whatever your code is under event begin play, and then you can continue from there. So we are going to do a print string right now, and we're just going to say hello, and you know what that does. I'm not going to hit play, but you can see that if I do simulate, it launches the code. Alright, so over here we have some variables that we can choose, and we're going to create a new one by clicking on the plus. There's a lot of different types of variables. There are Booleans, bytes, integers, floats. The main ones that we're going to be focusing on are Booleans, integers, floats, strings, vectors, and rotators. So we're going to start with the most basic one called a Boolean. Now a Boolean, think of it as a 1 or a 0, a true or a false. That's it. So if I click on the variable, it says here, what's the default value? Well, it's not going to show me unless I hit compile, so boom, there it is. And it's saying the default value is false or 0. If I click it, it's true or 1. So let's change the variable name here to Boolean. You wouldn't normally name it that, but we'll just call it that for now. And we'll set the default value to false. Now when we print our string, instead of saying hello, let's drag our variable from here to here and say get. If you get it, you're just getting the number. It just tells you whether it's true or false. And we're going to print this string. So now, when I hit play, you'll see that it says false, because that's the default value. Well, why is that useful? As I said before, it's a variable, which means it can change, it can vary. So let's say that we have an event. Let's pull up a keyboard event, which is very useful to know how to do. So if I go into, I think it's under event dispatcher. No, I'm just going to type it in. Keyboard. And there you can see, it's right here. Under input keyboard events. There we go. And let's just do E, because that's kind of the most common one. And what we're going to do is when you push E, we're going to set this to true. So no longer will it be false, it'll be true. So let's compile it. And if I hit E, the game starts. Oh. That did not work. What's going on? Let me try that again. I'll change this to first person so I can actually play the game. Okay, so I hit play. E is well, it says it's oh, I know why, because the print string goes away after the game begins. So let's do this. Let's have it print after we set it as well. So if I hit play, it says false, and now I hit E, and now it's true. If I keep pushing E, it stays true. Alright, well, not super useful, but let's say that I'm just going to get rid of the begin play one. Let's say that we want this thing to toggle. Every time you press it, toggle true or false. Can we do that with this one? Toggle. Well, if If you press it once, let's just say when you release it, we'll set this Boolean to false. So now when I hit play, I hold down E, it says true, let go, false, true, false, true, false. Got it? Okay. Well, why in the world would we ever want to use this? Well, there's a number of times we'd want to use this. In fact, a lot of the time. So for example, let's say that I have a button. I'm going to put a little button here. And a little cylinder on top of that. Actually, I'll just pull this one up and shrink it. Alright, this is our button. And I'm going to make it red or some other color at least so I can see it easy. There it is. Okay, so there is our button. And when we click this button, we want this thing to disappear. So I'll just say, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff for now. We'll just say that when you push E, we'll take this cylinder in here and we'll destroy it. Destroy. So if I push E anywhere in the game, you can see that our actor is destroyed. The button's pressed, let's just say. Well, that doesn't make sense, because if you're over here and you push the button, that shouldn't work. So here's what we can do. We can take what's called a box collision, or box trigger, throw it over here, and I'll just stick this around this cube. Cylinder. So we can say, unless you're in this thing, E's not going to work. So here's how we do it. We use Booleans. So we're going to create an event. Add event on actor begin overlap. And we're going to set the Boolean to true. Now we're going to do another event. When you leave the overlap on actor event on actor end overlap, we're going to set our Boolean, again set not get, to false. So it's going to be true when you're inside it, false when you're not inside it. Let's just do a print string of that real quick. And I'll copy and paste this. You don't have to do the print string, I just want you to see it. I'm just getting that Boolean right there, which it has to convert into a string, which we'll talk about later what that means. But now if I hit play, you'll see that when I go in the box it says true. When I leave it's false. True, false, true, false. But if I hit E, it still is destroyed anywhere. So what we're going to do now is under E, we're going to put what's called a branch. And this is checking a true-false statement, a condition. So let's not set, but get our Boolean. And it's going to check, if we connect this here, it's going to check this condition. If this is true, it's going to do this. If this is false, it's going to do something else. So I'm going to set the false here to do a print string that says, get in the box, you idiot. And let me delete these print strings right here. So let's move this all together so it looks all nice. Alright, so we got some code here for the button. Let's see what happens. I hit play. I hit E. Get in the box, you idiot. Get in the box, you idiot. And I come into the box, and then I push E, and it works. Let's look at our code when I do that. Alright, so I can go a little bit bigger here. I hit play. Now right now I hit E, it's checking the code and it's not going to true, it's going to false, because right now the Boolean is set to false. I go in the box, boom, it just triggered to set the Boolean true. If I leave the box, it's back to false. Go in the box, it's true. Now when I hit E, the top one goes. So that's that. Now what you need to do is use a Boolean function today, a Boolean variable, to cause something to happen that either will or will not happen depending on whether the Boolean is set to true or false. That's it. Show me that by the end of the period, and good luck.